Alright, Schlockmeister fans, we're going to see something I've never seen before but always wanted to. It's WARLOCK Moon. Let's check it out. Our film starts with a couple in some sort of creepy old house. And they get separated. So the star of our movie is Jenny, played by Lori Walters. She hooks up with this guy named John, played by Joe Spano. He's a reporter, and they're just like boyfriend and girlfriend all of a sudden. They're traveling to who knows where. The where is an abandoned spa.
Hey, you're not so dumb after all.
At the time of filming, this was a real couple, by the way. They explore the abandoned building and find that it might not be abandoned. Well, she takes them in and kind of tells them a story about the place. Gives them something to drink.
I feel dizzy for some reason.
You sure you're okay?
Oh yeah, it's nothing. I'm not sick, right?
Jenny does some wandering around and finds this in one of the rooms. Definitely the work of a satanic cult. Now look closely. This is kind of creepy. Anyway, they bid Grandma goodbye. Anyway, a few days later, they decide to return. She's gonna go there and meet him at the spa. But he's not there yet. So naturally, she wanders around on her own, where she runs into a hunter. He tells her a story about the place.
That they cooked and killed the girl, and cooked her, and then fed her to the guests.
Satanic cult, cannibalism. A little while later, this happens to the old man. The old lady invites them both in once John arrives.
What brings you two back here so soon? Such an unexpected pleasure.
Well, when I got back, I was telling my editor about...
Your editor?
Jenny's hearing voices. Jenny wanders around and sees a guy sharpening an axe in one of the rooms. And moments later, the guy bursts in with the axe. However, did it really happen? Was it all a dream? Of course, Grandma and Joe find evidence of nobody.
I saw Mrs. Abercrombie coming out of that padlocked room, and she told us she didn't have a key for it.
Jenny, you gotta believe me. Mrs. Abercrombie was with me the whole time.
Grandma fixes them some yummy stew.
What is it?
No secret family recipe. No. I call it hunter stew.
So Grandma's pouring some wine, and Jenny notices, watch this. But she refused to take the glass that was handed to her and took a different one instead.
To the hospitality of our generous hostess.
Yes, indeed.
Grandma has the pill.
Thank you.
That figures. In spite of that incident, they spend the night there. Big reveal.
Most important, the circle.
Don't worry, it will be. When do we need all this? We didn't have to with the others.
The others were not the same.
John is clearly in on this, whatever this is. Jenny, who has wandered off again, finds some bodies.
Did you find what you're looking for?
Jenny takes off again when she's being chased by the Axeman. Somehow she acquires a shotgun.
Oh God, not you.
I'm sorry, Jenny. But you are so perfect.
She's to be sacrificed between midnight and 6 a.m.
That shot we gave you was a local anesthetic. You can see and hear fine, but you can't move your body at all.
Oh, child, you are one of us.
At the stroke of midnight, apparently she's not as knocked out as they thought. She gets out to the car, squishes that guy, and off she goes. As the credits roll, she brings the police to the house, who find nothing. They find marijuana in her car, so they throw her in jail, where she has a prison mate.
As long as my child.
Alright, let's talk about Warlock Moon. It's a movie I've never seen before until today. It's one of those movies that apparently used to show up on late night television back in the 70s and 80s, and if you were a kid, you may have caught it, and it probably one of those movies that stuck with you forever. I became aware of it because I am a collector of movies, especially horror movie genre, and I know that Warlock Moon is a very, very sought-after VHS tape. It's one of the rarest, or at least most sought-after VHS tapes out there, the pre-recorded VHS tape, and it goes for hundreds of dollars. I don't have it. I've never seen it anywhere, but I have the Blu-ray. I'm totally satisfied with that. So anyway, although I do wish I had that box. But anyway, the movie itself kind of plays like a made-for-TV movie, actually, but it's not. It's about this woman played by Lori Walters. You might remember her from 8 is Enough. She was Joni, I think. And she was also in the Herod Experiment around the same time frame, actually. And she meets this guy. I think he's a reporter or something. They go off and they just hit it off. I guess she's her new boyfriend or something. And they wander off. They're driving aimlessly, and they end up at this place called the Soda Springs Spa. It's an abandoned spa or something like that. So they wander around the building. Turns out there's an old woman living there. So she initially says, "What the hell are you doing here?" But then she warms up to them, shows them around a bit, and then they leave. And then they come back again like a day or two later or something like that. And he's supposed to meet her there, but he doesn't show up, at least initially. So she wanders around by herself. She meets a hunter who tells a story about what happened at the spa years ago. There was some sort of satanic cult. They were into cannibalism, that sort of thing. Anyway, her boyfriend guy does show up, and she keeps seeing images of like a ghostly spirit. At one point she thinks she sees some dead bodies, a guy chasing her with an axe. But every time her boyfriend or the old lady comes by, nothing is seen by anybody. So they're wondering what the hell's going on. She finds this room actually with a bunch of rocks and a circle on it, which looks like there's supposed to be some sort of ceremony taking place. Ultimately, she really does get chased by a guy with an axe. She shoots that guy, but she gets captured eventually, and then her boyfriend shows up, and it turns out he's in on it. And the old lady is running this satanic cult thing, and they have to kill her between 12 midnight and 6 a.m. So they drug her. They put her on this altar or something. They're going to kill her. And then as soon as they're about to stab her, she moves out of the way. I guess she wasn't drugged completely. She takes a knife and stabs her boyfriend, takes off running, gets in her car, and then squishes a guy against the pillar outside, and then she goes to the police. Now the credits start to roll at this point while the movie continues playing. And she gets the police. They go to the house. They don't find anything. They accuse her of lying. They find marijuana in her car. They arrest her. They throw her in jail. And they throw her in jail with somebody else in the same cell. Turns out it's that old woman from the house or the spa. And it's a couple ticks before 6 a.m. She takes a knife and goes out to stab her. And that's how our movie ends, with a freeze frame on her. So anyway, that is it, Warlock Moon. I like this movie. Again, there's some actually decent amount of gore in this movie. No nudity, but it does kind of play like a made-for-TV movie. But like I said, it's one of those movies that if you saw it back in the day, it probably is a lot more nostalgic for you than it obviously is to me. I never saw this before until today. But yeah, it was kind of an enjoyable little flick. So I've got nothing to say, nothing bad to say about it. Check it out. It's Warlock Moon. It was put out by Code Red on Blu-ray here. There's some cool extras on here. Interviews with Joe Spano and Lori Walters. I guess they were a couple at the time that they made this movie. I didn't watch the interview, but apparently they don't remember much about making it. But they did do an interview with her. And what else we got here? There's an extended cut, a TV version, which had a couple extra scenes in it apparently. Audio commentary with Joe Spano and Lori Walters. That'd be kind of cool to watch. So anyway, that's it. Looks like this was a combined effort from Code Red and Shout. So check it out. Warlock Moon. Leave some comments. Let me know what you think about it. Watch it. Bye.